So here's what we got for today. This is a homeowner. His builder just kind of walked away a little prematurely on him. And we're out here addressing some pool issues. When we look at the equipment, we found a few things that we got to take care of if this pool is going to be at all viable. So a couple things. You'll see the chlorinator is installed in between the filter and the pump. That is a big time no-no, because when this pump turns off, you have concentrated chlorine coming out of here. So this concentrated chlorine is getting pushed through the filter. So already we have a problem. When this pump turns off, that concentrated chlorine will then sit here and it'll work its way back into your pump. So simultaneously, over time, you're going to be destroying your filter and your pump because of this. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this out and we're going to move it over here. We're going to make sure to install a chlorine resistant check valve so that even though when the pump turns off, that concentrated chlorine can't work its way into the filter. And we want a chlorine resistant check valve so that we don't trash the chlorine resistant check valve or just the regular check valve prematurely and then trash the filter anyways. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, if you look at the pool and you take a look at this equipment pad, you may notice the equipment is lower than the pool. That's an issue because there's no shutoff valve for this pipe. We can turn that off. We can't turn this off, which means you go to clean this basket. Where do you think the pool is going to want to go? It's going to want to go to the nearest exit, which is the pump lid that you just opened. And trying to get a pump lid closed with a pool trying to come out of it is it's a challenge. It's fun. It's pretty stressful. So we have to have a way to turn this off. So we're going to install a valve there as well. That, and you can tell this filter isn't priming, or not filter, but the pump isn't priming properly. Probably just a dry O-ring. They didn't lubricate when they installed it. So we do those three things, and the homeowner should be ready to go. All right, so we had this running, and Henry got a little surprise. So what happened here, Henry?
So after running the equipment, making sure there's no leaks on the plumbing, which there was a couple leaks, and then I was wondering why it was leaking, and it wasn't at any of the fittings that I had originally put, so any of the fittings that I have installed, but it was actually the fittings that were already plumbed in. So I fixed this one. It popped off before I even turned on the system. I re-glued it, cleaned it up, and then I ran the system again. And as soon as I ran it, if you look closely, I used blue glue, and if you look here, looks like there's nothing here, because it was glued with clear glue and also clear primer, which I do use clear primer, but when it comes to glue, it's better to use something that has a better chemical compound, which is it heats up and then it bonds better. That's why I like to use any blue glue. It works the best. So we're noticing there's a lot of failing plumbing as we start going. I mean, that's probably why it was plumbed up the way it was, because they wanted to avoid these, closed fittings, because the closer the fitting, the more pressure it'll gain, and then it'll pop off and start leaking, or even worse, drain your pool. So I'm gonna fix that right now.
Alrighty, man. Oh man, Henry did a beautiful job. Chlorinator, it's where it should be. Chlorine resistant check valve. A good way to tell if it's chlorine resistant, the rectangles. The circular ones generally are not, unless there's a product I don't know about. And we cleared up the O-ring. Perfect prime. They hadn't even done the basics with the installation. Everything was dry. Got that valve there so they won't have to worry about the pool exiting through the pump. And here's the beautiful man that made it happen. Wait for the ladies.